and Wobad finding Zark out in the jungle. Got the red buff applied down onto him, waiting for his Q to come back up off, and Zark flashes toward the turret. Burn flash for now. Team Venom charges up the Q, but Jaren not there to receive the gank, and Wobad ends up missing on the Q damage. Zark coming in for a gank onto Jarrett now, gets the Bola strike down, and Malkathos forcing him to flash away after he pops the dissonance on him. Right now, Wobad circling around behind Sankenyo and Prez, does not get spotted, no wards there. Wobad has all the room in the world, has the Q charged up. Prez has to flash it, he ends up nailing it though. Not going to be enough damage to take him out. Forces the heal away though. Sankenyo in there putting down a great bit of damage himself. In all those summoner burn in the bottom lane, so Wobad got to be feeling good about that gank, but runs into Zark here, and Zark is a lot healthier than he is. Flash is being burned here. John the Greatest has a kill opportunity, but Sankenyo is there for the block. The exhaust going down onto Sankenyo. Jarrett gets jumped on here, and first blood going to be headed over to Malkathos. Mana potions chugging away. Sankenyo, Sark meet up, find Wobad in the jungle here. The snare going to hit Zark and give the kill over to John the Greatest. He gets excited, starts chasing after Malkathos. The great stun from Jarrett, gonna hit too. Sankenyo in a tight spot now. Gets to back out thanks to his AoE and his stun, but really dangerous position. Get back for into Venom. The lane phase. Jarrett gets a great stun and a Q with the ult down onto Malkathos. Ends up hitting him with the ignite. Malkathos gonna fall there. Retribution kill going over to Jarrett. He's got to be feeling great about 13 stats. That one at 10 minutes into the game. Sark jumping in now onto Jarrett, and Malkathos gonna use the shockwave to get him out. Domo popping his ultimate, and John kiting from the back line, gonna pick up the double kill. 2-for-1 exchange in the bottom lane. Great play by John and Domo. There's the Q damage. Jerry ends up eating one. Jaren still for now prioritizing using his Q on the minions. So even like just right there when he gets engaged on, you see he's not using his Q, just wants to stack that stack machine up as fast as possible and stack it as high as possible. Wobad circling back around to try to make something happen here. Jaren pops the ultimate, gets the ghost down onto Jerry Sandusky. The by Q going to miss. The ultimate can't miss though. Jerry gonna end up falling in that top lane, and right now Venom are in a bad position trying to take this dragon out. Jarrett, John on top of them. Great snare from John. The W gonna take that out, and they end up grabbing a dragon on top of it. Domo going to survive this one, but Jarrett is there to clean up for himself. Kill this bottom lane despite being down in farm. The flash Q from Wobad going to pick out Zark, and Zark is getting joined by his teammates here. Wobad is not going to survive that one. Domo Senpai putting damage down onto Prez. John is here to join the fight. Prez gets caught by the snare. The minigun going to take him out, but Domo ends up trading his life for that as well. Jarrett coming in here, putting some great damage down as well. Sankenyo going to pick up that kill with Tibbers, and Malkathos is getting dumpstered by Jaren and Jarrett. All in all, a 3-for-3 exchange. Give his team a little bit more gold. Jaren is responding, is there with the Wither. Does not look like Jerry is going to be able to make it out of this one. The Wither goes down onto him. Jaren's going to put another massive Q down onto him, but Jerry ends up using the ultimate there, but Wobad responding with the Assault and Battery. Ends up picking up the kill before Zark can respond. Of Viktorius have to get out of this situation. Wobad just got crippled against the wall. He's going to be out of this fight. Domo Senpai has to flash out and get it back to his turret, but Jerry is plenty healthy to tank that one. And that is a 2-for-0 exchange going in favor of Venom. And they have just flipped things over onto Viktorius. And they're wanting to grab this dragon, their second of the game. Jarrett getting a great stun off there, but ends up paying for that kill. 1 for 1, but Dragon going over to Venom, Domo, and John to get some good harass and put some great damage down onto this bottom lane turret. One more push like that, going to take it, but Zark not going to let them take it for free. Domo pops the ultimate here. John has the minigun on, but Annie jumping in with the Tibbers will put a stop to him. Jarrett throws his ultimate down onto Prez. Wobat chasing after targets here. Sankanyo getting chased down just barely on the outside range of that hitbox, but Jaren is here to pick things up, and the 4-for-1 exchange going to work out in favor of Viktorius. They grab themselves another turret and extend their gold lead to 4,500. And Sankanyo is going to join the fight here, put some damage down onto Jaren. Jaren gives no Fs. 2v1 going in straight after Sankanyo. That Q damage is huge. One more going to take it. Rampage for Jaren. 2v1 kill. Jerry Sandusky up next on the chopping block. He has no turret to run to. Jaren has all the room in the world. Going to decide to let Jerry make it. Doesn't want to chase. Take a stab. All that deep. The Q over the wall from Wobat. Gonna find Prez. Has his Q back up and available, but misjudges the direction. 8 and 2 is really coming to his own here, but he's in a bad spot. Got completely caught out of position. Jared is going to blow up Zark. Jerry Sandusky on the chopping block next as Jaren grabs that kill, going in with his Nasus. Picks up the Annie kill. Jarrett going to stun one out for him. Malkathos going to be next. Jaren has the Wither coming up here. Will get the slow onto Jaren. Jaren's not giving up quite yet. He has a ward in that brush, able to spot him out as to where he's going, but that slow is just going to keep him at bay. Not going to be able to secure that kill there, so that turned out to be a 2-for-2 situation. Prez eating a rocket to the face from John the Greatest. Barreled right down mid lane, never even saw it coming. Prez with the ... Sark ends up getting focused down. Domo with a great dark binding there, and John picking up the kill. Domo really coming through for his team with these dark bindings. He has caught quite a few members of Venom out in rough positions and made them pay the price for it, with John the Greatest standing behind his back with that minigun. They end up grabbing their first dragon of the game, and that is huge for them. One of the things holding them back was the lack of looking for the right opportunity. Dragon. Game still has not gotten away from either team. John the Greatest getting found there, and Zark jumps in after the Innie stun, gets completely focused by Jarrett's ultimate. Jarrett throwing the stun down there, focuses out Malkathos, but not going to be able to secure the kill there, and blue team getting a 3-for-0 exchange there. Wobad just getting caught right out in the middle of the rest of the team, and that has got to be demoralizing. I head back for Viktorius. That went up Jarrett, and Jaren just waiting in the wings, and Prez gets stunned out as Jaren jumps onto him. The fight has erupted. Domo ends up using his Zanya's Hourglass. Sankanyo gets focused down by Wobad. Assault and Battery going to be used on him. Jaren is on top of Prez, but Malkathos and Zark going to be putting down a lot of damage there, and that's a 3-for-2 exchange in favor of Venom. Venom showing strong signs of making a comeback down at this stage. Venom sitting under the security blanket of that ward. Look at them all go in with the Rengar. The ball on, getting huge amounts of damage down. Domo using his ultimate there, but completely gets shut out after he comes back. John the Greatest, the only one left alive, and he ends up getting bursted down. That was a hell of a coordination coming out from Venom there. They did everything they needed to to completely surprise Victorius. Enjoyed the benefit from Prez's ultimate. Rushed in there and grabbed the victory in that team fight. They take their third dragon of the game and they position themselves to pull ahead. Though there's no vision from Venom onto this objective. Could this be the consolation prize that Viktorius were looking for? If they get this Baron, can they make it work to their advantage and get themselves back up on top in this contest? Uncontested Baron taken by Red Team, and a great turnaround for them. Jaren is in the middle of things, though his team is not quite as close as he wants them to be, but he is mixing things up, and the back line is just getting so much attention. Jerry Sandusky plowing through everyone back there, trying to get as much damage down as he can, but that fight was fought completely on the terms of Viktorius. They get an ace for one. Wobad, the only one going to fall in that engagement, and Viktorius got to be feeling good about that. They're up 3,000 gold now. This has been a roller coaster ride. Completely unclear who's going to be winning the game at this point, but right now Viktorius have the first inhibitor, turret and inhibitor of the game, and are able to get Viktorius, choosing a bottom lane assault here in Jerry Sandusky bringing up the front line, and that is the afterburners turned on for Venom. John the Greatest gets caught out in the middle of it. This team fight is not going Viktorius' way. Wobad has to get out of this situation, decides to go in instead, jumps on Sankanyo, but Sankanyo kept plenty healthy by that shield from Malkathos. Jaren is by himself and cannot stand up to the damage. A 3-for-1 exchange in favor of Team Venom. This roller coaster showing no signs of slowing down. Viktorius Venom still having their bottom lane turret. Jarrett throwing a huge amount of damage down on the Sankanyo. Doesn't secure the kill there, though, by about 400 hit points. That ult going to remain on cooldown. And John the Greatest snags that with the blind rocket. That was an amazing bit of intuition there. Viktorius deciding to back up off of that turret. Just too much pressure. Meanwhile, in the top lane, Jaren taking it to this turret, just managing to be a nuisance all with the ball delivery system. They see Viktorius going for it, then Flash Annie. Wobad knocking up several with his ultimate. Malkathos is sitting there uncontested. John just now getting up in his face, but Jerry Sandusky is there to provide peel for his teammate. John still alive, but only one left on his team. 4-for-1 exchange in favor of Venom. Just an all-around bad Baron decision for Viktorius. Made them pay for that bad decision. They're going to take an inhibitor out of this one. They could push even further than that. John the Greatest, the only one left alive. We got 15 seconds to Jarrett. That is 15 long seconds that Venom can make Viktorius pay. Zart eating a lot on the turret there, but John picking up a kill. Chasing down Prez, pops the Guardian Angel. Jerry Sandusky next in his sights. John the Greatest gets the W off. Great sidestep, but double kill going over to John, defending his base and his Nexus turrets from what surely would have been 2 Nexus turrets dead. The rocket not going to find a home there. You can't win them all, John. Sankanyo ends up getting taken to half by Jaren. Not sure what Jaren's ultimate game plan here is, though. He is fighting against 3 members of Venom. Cannot get to Sankanyo quite yet. Sankanyo is getting dangerously close, though. One more Q from Jaren is going to spell the end for him. Jaren ends up making it out alive. Tanked so much damage there. His team finally caught up with him. They have that Baron buff empowering the minions. They are going for inhibitor turret number 2, and they've got it. That inhibitor closely behind. This game is out of control. Viktorius Secret getting engaged on now. Everybody on their team getting blown up. 2 Zhonya's having to be fired here. John the Greatest has his Guardian Angel, has nobody there to back him up. He's going to come back and get sent back. Dragon just now spawning. Neither team close to that 5 dragon mark at 45 minutes in. Dragon's not really going to be a huge factor in the rest of the game here, but Venom do end up picking up just long enough here. Venom turn on the gas and get Rengar in there on top of Jarrett, but Jarrett throws down a great stun. Ultimate into Zark. Prez gets blown up. Domo Senpai next to fall. It is an all-out bloodbath. Jarrett and John the Greatest are back there dealing with the tree. Malkathos gonna be the next to fall, and that is a 4-for-1 exchange. Prez has to make it back to base. If he doesn't, there is absolutely no hope for Venom at this stage. Venom trying to get a good engagement there. They just started it from too far away. They weren't able to close that gap. It was a huge gap. Amazing that they were able to close as much of it as they did, but unfortunately for them, it just was too big a valley to bridge, and Viktorius coming out victorious.